Ever wondered why young children believe they become invisible when they cover their eyes during a game of hide and seek? It's all about theory of mind. Picture this: I'm playing hide and seek with my little son Hubert. He covers his head, truly convinced he's invisible. As I inch closer, pretending I can't see him, I drop hints of his presence like, it smells a lot like Hubert here. Hubert's excitement is palpable. But he doesn't grasp how I'm detecting him. This behavior, while typical for children between 2 and 3, continued with Hubert until he was 5. As theory of mind develops, children begin to understand that others have thoughts and feelings that differ from their own. This awareness typically blossoms between ages 3 and 4. As this understanding matures, children start to predict how their actions might make others feel. So, as theory of mind develops, children start to consider their actions based on what they think others might think. But what happens when this development doesn't follow the typical path? For neurodivergent individuals, the development of theory of mind takes a different course. This deviation can be traced back to 3 core differences in brain wiring that are characteristic of neurodivergence and autism. Firstly, neurodivergent brains often possess an enlarged amygdala. This is the part of the brain primarily responsible for processing our responses to fear and anxiety. It's an adaptation that could be linked to dealing with expectations of scarcity. Secondly, there is a 65% higher density of short-range connections in the enlarged prefrontal cortex. This area of the brain is associated with complex cognitive behavior, decision-making, and social behavior. The increased density of these connections aids in pattern recognition, prioritizing creativity through a systematic and repetitive approach to learning. Our third and final difference is the fewer than normal long-range connections between the prefrontal cortex and the back of the brain. These connections are crucial for theory of mind as they facilitate awareness of others' feelings and thoughts. However, in neurodivergent individuals, these connections are curtailed, leading to impairments in theory of mind. This unique wiring of the neurodivergent brain is not without its advantages. It allows for broad use cases derived from positioning the individual both geographically and emotionally remote from the core of the social group. This can manifest in different ways. Some become fiercely independent, creative disruptors, philosophers, inventors, or adventurers. Others might be more sensitive, acting as vigilant guardians or warriors, ready to embrace challenges head-on. It's important to understand that these differences in brain wiring don't make neurodivergent individuals lesser or inferior. They simply process information and experience the world in a different way. This often leads to unique perspectives that enrich our collective human effectiveness. In the next video, we'll delve deeper into how these reduced long-range connections profoundly affect theory of mind in the autistic brain. Stay tuned.